Welcome back to a brand new video. We're going to be reviewing yet another old album. Sticking with Trippy's discography, this time we're going to be taking a look at A Love Letter to You 3, which just dropped just over 4 years ago this November. Before we get into the video, I know 80% of you guys are not subscribed, so go ahead and drop a sub for me. We're getting real close to 700, and we're on the road to 1K. Also, excuse me if I sound a little off this video. I've been a little sick, but I feel good enough to put this video out for you guys. This was a very crucial album for Trippie Redd. He was coming off his debut album with Life's a Trip. It's very interesting to see what this is going to sound like and what other bangers Trippie was going to give us in his legendary 2018 year. Trippie did not come to play on this project, so let's go ahead and look at some of the production on the album. What I like about A Love Letter to You 3, it was the first time that we had a very consistent sound and style. Trippie kind of gets all over the place on these albums, but on this it has a very distinct sound. It has this pitched female's vocals just intertwined in some songs and some ad-libs, and those vocals are unique just for this Trippie album. This production is very clean. I enjoy the way that it's mixed and put together all around. Some of my favorite beats being the pianos on Elevate and Motivate and the beautiful pianos of Topanga. Campfire Tale had a nice guitar. I feel like there's a little bit too much bass in that song. I wish it was a little bit more acoustic, but there's heavy hitting 808s and beat drops on 1499 Freestyle. Now to my favorite and least favorite tracks on the album. So I pulled up the track list here. I mean, I gotta say, Topanga at the first track as the intro is just beautiful, man. This is one of Trippie's best songs, one of his biggest hits, one of his biggest solo hits. I do love Firestarter with Amani 22, but you can't go wrong with the title track right here with Baby Goth. Super slept on song. I Tried Loving has been one of my favorites as I've re-listened this week. Of course, 1499 Freestyle with Juice WRLD is just insane. I mean, that's one of my favorite songs of all time. I love this duo. I think they just have endless bangers together, and I feel like this is Trippie and Juice's best song together, most likely. Also, I gotta give a shout out to Campfire Tale as well at the end. But this track list is great, man. My really only least favorites with it is, I think the only song I would maybe skip is probably Diamond Mines and with Tory Lanez and Elliot Trent. Go ahead and comment down below what your guys' favorite songs from this project are. I'm very curious, but let's go ahead and get into some of the features. I think that Amani 22 was absolutely amazing, her singing on this album, and I did believe that she passed away like a year ago or something like that, but her contribution to this album won't ever go unnoticed for Trippie fans, as she was on the interlude as well, and it just went off, and I just think that she's part of the reason why this album sounds so good and just is pieced together so well. So shout out to her. I think Youngboy dropped a good verse as well, that a lot of people like that Trippie and Youngboy duo. I do think they're a little bit overhyped together. That's just my opinion. Baby Goth's vocals are just so unique. I love her voice on that song on the title track, and I don't know, it's just so unique. I've never heard anything like that on a song. And then I already went over how good Juice's feature was on this. But as usual with some of Trippie's earlier projects, there's always a couple features you kind of wish weren't there, or maybe just brought the album down a little bit. But yeah, man, I've really been appreciating this album in the last week or so. It's been hitting pretty good. I really hope I can be covering A Love Letter to You 5 very soon. That's why I'm kind of making some of these old Trippie videos for you guys. Where would this rank in Trippie's discography? I really gotta say, again, it just doesn't really touch the top 3 for me. I do think that A Love Letter to You 4 is the better A Love Letter. I think he just got better every single installment of the series. I do love the consistent theme and sound of this album with a tight 16-song track list. I would put this around the middle of his discography somewhere, but I'm still gonna give this album a 9 out of 10. I think Trippie has one of the best discographies in hip-hop, and I'm probably just being biased because he's one of my favorite artists. But earlier this year, I would have probably rated this album maybe like a 6 or 7, so it's definitely grown on me recently. I do think Trippie did his thing on this project, and I feel like I finally, after all these years, understand it and appreciate it a lot more. Hopefully I start making more A Love Letter to You 5 videos if that ever comes out. But like, comment, subscribe, follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.